Sorry for all the cursing. I am very passionate about some of this stuff because I have recently been by this Chase points bull, and I'm not very happy, if you can tell. It's very frustrating. I like when things work, I don't like when things don't work, and I pay $550 for them. BlockFi though, totally free. What's up YouTube, it's your boy Rant, back at it again with another video. Today we're talking about the first ever Bitcoin rewards credit card that's been put out by BlockFi. I've been using it for over a month now, and so I wanted to go through with you guys which features I thought have been really helpful. I'll review the user experience of the BlockFi credit card portal so you can get a general idea of what's it like to use this card day to day. We'll talk about some of the upcoming benefits they're adding to the card, and then if you watch the end of the video, I'm gonna be doing a high level pros and cons and giving you some of my final thoughts. I think this video might end up being super long because I'm gonna try to pack in as much info about this card as possible so that this can be really your one-stop shop to decide, all right, is this card worth it for me or not? So bear with me and then use the descriptions down in the timeline to skip around the video to parts that are relevant to you. Go down below, smash the like button, and let's level up your brain. So here's the card. It is metal. There are no numbers on the front. All the numbers are on the back. Pretty nice card. I have no complaints. I like the new style of cards where the numbers are on the back so that you can kind of see the full design of the front. There is a Bitcoin logo up here and then BlockFi down in the corner. So pretty nice look and feel. No real problems or complaints from the design perspective. I think it actually looks really nice, and the Bitcoin logo is definitely a conversation starter. First feature that we're going to talk about today, and really in my opinion the most important feature of this card, is that there is no annual fee associated with this card. So while the benefits might not be super incredible comparable to like a Chase Sapphire Reserve or something, there's also not a $550 annual fee, right? This BlockFi card is totally free, and so all these benefits that we're talking about today are on a card that's, in my mind, equivalent to maybe something like a Chase Freedom. So first, let's go over some of the sign-up bonus kind of features. The first bonus is that over the first 90 days, you are getting a 3.5% back on everything, as opposed to the normal 1.5% back on everything that you're gonna drop down to after those first 90 days. And this intro rate of 3.5% caps out at $100. And so to get that $100, you actually have to spend $5,000 in the first 90 days. But if you do, you are getting that, free extra $100, just a nice little sign up bonus for you there. Not great, but it's nice to have. And again, the card is totally free. There are credit cards out there that are 2% cash back. I don't really care too much about the 1.5, 2%. I'm not gonna try to maximize 0.5%, especially when this card is just depositing the money into my BlockFi account as Bitcoin. I think that the convenience there is worth the 0.5% that you're maybe losing against other more competitive 2% cards. The next feature is an extra 2% APY on your stablecoin balance in your BlockFi interest account. And so that's also basically just free money in your first year. In my opinion, that stablecoin APY might even be better than the 3.5% $100 that you're getting on the first 90 days, just because your stablecoin balance can, you can really make that whatever you want within BlockFi, depending how much you trust them. They're giving you 0.25% Bitcoin back on their trading platform, which I think their trading platform is actually a piece of so I don't think you should really be using their trading platform. Their fees are about 1%, and that's actually baked into the price that they're showing you. So they claim that it's no fees, but the price that they show you on screen is actually higher by about 1% than whatever the current trading price is on Gemini or Coinbase Pro or Binance or something like that. So in my opinion, you're way better off using Strike or the Gemini API strategy than trading actually on BlockFi. So this benefit, I think, is mostly useless. And then finally, there's a refer a friend bonus where they tack on $30 to whatever your current refer a friend bonus is. I think it starts out at $10 and levels up maybe to $20. So this card would be taking that from $10 to $40 and from $20 to $50 for each friend that you refer. I almost wish that they hadn't included this feature on the card, because I think it's going to make people like me and other YouTubers that are talking about this BlockFi card look kind of scammy and slimy, and like we're just trying to get our refer a friend numbers up by talking about this credit card. So if you don't find this information valuable, or if you were going to get this credit card anyway and I'm not factoring into your decision at all, please feel free not to use my link. I don't want you guys to think that I'm just making this video for the refer a friend money. It is obviously a nice bonus to get, and if you have friends and family that are interested in crypto and maybe they're already into credit card churning or getting new credit cards or trying out new features, this might be a reason that you want to get the card so that you can refer some of your friends and family and get that bonus for yourself. And then obviously Obviously, in the long run, it's in BlockFi's best interest to get you to refer as many friends as possible to up their brand recognition just generally in the public. So overall, I kind of wish the feature didn't exist, but I totally understand why it does. And I think there are actually similar features on other credit cards. Like I know my Marriott Bonvoy card, there are refer a friend bonuses associated to that. I think it's just sort of a shame that this is sort of marketed as one of the better features of the card. This is definitely the way that you would get the most out of the card, just because 1.5% back on everything is not a ton of money. So if I was going to rank the features, I think obviously the main reason to get this card would be the fact that you can get Bitcoin back, and that's just really convenient, right? No other card really is going to allow you to get that Bitcoin back. No credit card, at least. There are some debit cards out there. So that's the first feature for me. The second one is probably the refer a friend. That's really where you would make the most money with this card. The third would probably be that stablecoin APY in the first year is going to be really big for some people. And then the fourth, 1.5% back on everything, and some of the features that we're going to talk about later in the video are relatively compelling and maybe a reason for you to jump into this card if you are passionate about crypto or Bitcoin. There are also some nice to have just regular credit card-y kind of features on this card. I think the first one that's going to be really helpful for people that don't want a hard pull on their credit score if they don't qualify for the card is that BlockFi actually only does a hard pull that affects your credit score if you actually get pre-approved for the card. So hopefully you shouldn't be in a situation where they hard pull your credit and then deny you from getting the card. Also, there's no foreign transaction fees, which in my opinion is really great. It's good to see, more not travel related cards have that no foreign transaction fee feature. It seems like it's becoming more of a standard in the industry. And then you do get all the Visa signature benefits like the auto collision damage on rental cars and stuff like that. Up until this point, all of my credit cards have been either through Chase or through Apple with the Apple Card. And I think I've really taken for granted how good those user interfaces are. Especially Chase's is just such a robust platform. They've been developing it over decades. And that makes the daily use of those Chase ecosystem credit cards really, really simple. So next, let's talk about the BlockFi user interface and see how easy is it to actually use this card on a day-to-day basis. The user interface on the BlockFi iOS app is pretty good. You can see all your transactions here, but there isn't really a good filtering option to find specific transactions. You see your big balance due up at the top. That's important and easy to find. And you can see your estimated rewards in Bitcoin. This is basically the dollar amount of rewards that you're getting back over this month-long period. And each point is basically equivalent to 1 US cent. So you can see here, 1,000 points back on estimated rewards is about 10 US dollars. And then at the end of the month, whenever my Bitcoin payment is supposed to come up, that $10 will be used to buy Bitcoin and then go right into my BlockFi interest account with whatever the exchange rate of Bitcoin is on that day. So you could get lucky or unlucky based on, if the Bitcoin price is high or low on that day, but sort of dollar cost averaging, it is what it is, right? The big drawback about this BlockFi iOS app right now is that if you do try to pay your balance, you actually get redirected into Safari and you have to log into BlockFi there. This process of paying off your card on your phone is super annoying, and it's something that BlockFi is actively working on and will release in a later update, like we'll talk about later on with some of the features that they have announced that are coming up for the card. But right now, if you want to pay off your balance, which you definitely shouldn't be getting credit cards if you can't pay off the balance every single month because you want to avoid credit card interest like the plague, it's going to be better user experience for you to do that on a desktop computer, which is kind of unfortunate. To this end, I haven't used the credit card support through BlockFi either yet, but I imagine that is going to be rocky at first and improve over time as well. Right now, it's just a link on the sidebar in the UI, and you click that link and it shows you a phone number. It feels like all of these credit card normal features that you would expect for like Chase or Wells Fargo or wherever your credit cards are right now, these features that they have really figured out right away are things that BlockFi is still learning and implementing and getting better at. So if that's something that you're not really willing to put up with, I would wait a while until BlockFi has improved their systems and is able to do those menial, normal, day-to-day things a little bit better. On the topic of things that BlockFi is improving, next let's take a look at some of the upcoming features for this BlockFi card. If you check the link in the description, I'm going to be leaving a blog post that is detailing all of the different features that they're going to be adding to the card. So if you want to check that out, the link will be down there. The coolest changes that they've announced, in my opinion, are first, the ability to pay off your BlockFi credit card with your stablecoin balance in your BlockFi interest account. This is sort of a no-brainer feature just because most people that get the BlockFi credit card are probably also going to already have the BlockFi interest account. And so it really makes sense just from a BlockFi ecosystem perspective that you would be able to pay off that credit card balance with some of the stablecoin balance that is earning around 7% APY as of the current rates in your BlockFi interest account. This seems like a win-win situation for everyone and is going to be a real differentiator for BlockFi BlockFi when it comes to offering interest accounts and credit cards. There isn't really another company that's giving you that high of an interest rate that's also allowing you to use that money to pay off your credit card bill, right? Second really cool feature they announced is the option to flex rewards. So this is very similar to what's already been implemented in the BlockFi interest account, where you can get your rewards balance in the interest account in Bitcoin, in Litecoin, in Ethereum, in the Pax Gold token, in stablecoin balance. And they're going to be bringing that to the credit card in some of the later updates, hopefully this year, but we'll see when it gets released. If that's something that you're interested, go ahead and leave a comment down below and I will notify you guys when that comes out by doing just a review of the feature. And then there are some just random credit card quality of life things that they'll be introducing over the next few updates. Being able to add authorized users to your credit cards so that maybe you can help a family member build their credit up a little bit faster. And then activating certain partnerships. This is actually something I'm pretty excited about, so that you don't get just 1.5% back, but you get above and beyond that for working with certain vendors. I'm excited to see which vendors BlockFi chooses to give a higher percent interest rate to and maybe pass those savings along to us. The ability to issue the card digitally so that you can just start using it right away. This is something, you don't want to wait in the mail to get your card. Little quality of life stuff like that. And then obviously, once again, building out the mobile app so it's a little more robust. It is a little hard to use right now. It's easy to understand where the stuff is, but again, you can't really pay your balance off very easily. So definitely work to be done there. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this card. Historically, I've been in the Chase Sapphire Reserve ecosystem, using the Chase Sapphire Reserve for almost all my purchases, and then the Chase Freedom for its rotating categories, and then using the Marriott Bonvoy card for any hotel stays. Back when I was traveling weekly, that combination of cards was really, really great for me. But obviously, as coronavirus has happened, I'm traveling much less often, probably once a month or once every other month compared to twice a week. And so the annual fees on those cards, especially the Chase Sapphire Reserve, is actually totally not worth it anymore in my opinion. Especially these last couple of years as they've increased the annual fee of the card, and then the ability to travel has just fallen off a cliff, right? And I'm seeing more and more that storing a bunch of points just in your Chase Sapphire Reserve or in any credit card system is just one of the dumbest things that you can ever do. I really do see these Bitcoin rewards credit cards, especially now that they have zero annual fee. Hopefully the Gemini one can keep its zero annual fee once it comes out. I'll definitely make a video about that when it does come out. I really see these cards replacing my Chase Sapphire Reserve and my Chase Freedom unless Chase gets it together. Just doesn't really make sense to pay $550 a year for a card that is giving you points back, right? And these points are like, what the do you even use them on? Oh, you can book travel, but then if your flight gets canceled, oh, you don't really get the points back. You get like airline credit that like isn't one-to-one dollar value. Like, how does that happen? I don't know. There's a lot of red tape, minutia bull in these hotel, flight mile, point credit reward systems that just doesn't exist when you get the rewards in Bitcoin. So ultimately, the BlockFi credit card solves that problem. These rewards points from these other credit cards are guaranteed to debase, right? That you know for a fact that they will be worth less money in the future than they are today. And you can see that through a couple things. You can see that through the price of goods increasing year over year. You can see that in, when Marriott merged with SPG, they increased the points that you needed to stay at certain hotels. And then once those point values go up, they don't ever come down. There isn't a point where Chase says or where Marriott says, hey guys, we've been doing the math and we're gonna make it really great for you guys and allow you to stay at the same property for less points. They don't do that. That doesn't happen. And so this BlockFi card and the upcoming Gemini card are really gonna fix this problem. You're going to, instead of storing your value in hotel points or flight miles or some other useless theoretical company currency, you're gonna be able to store it in the hardest money that's ever been invented, Bitcoin, which over time has not had the same problem of being definitely debased like airline points and hotel points and Chase points have. I'm really looking forward to Gemini releasing their card as well. I think the Gemini card combined with this BlockFi card, it's gonna give you a lot of coverage on a lot of different categories. I think the Gemini card is supposed to be 3% back on dining, which directly competes with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. If we can get a travel card that gets us points back in Bitcoin that also has no annual fee, right? I think these these traditional credit card companies are gonna really need to up their game if they wanna keep a lot of their customer base. I'll definitely be making more credit card videos in the future as my strategy updates, so definitely make sure you're subscribed if you do wanna see those videos. Go down below, like the video if you found it helpful, and then check out the description for a link to sign up for the BlockFi Rewards credit card. They have gotten rid of the wait list, so I think everyone can sign up right now. And again, like we talked about in the beginning, they don't do a hard pull on your credit unless you are pre-approved for the card, so there's really nothing to worry about if you are interested in using this card for yourself. Comment down below if you have any questions about the BlockFi Rewards credit card that I didn't answer in this video. I did my best to cover all of the topics about this card that I think are valuable and that I think you're gonna wanna know about before you get into using this card day to day. I do still respond to all the comments, so if you have any thoughts about this video, please leave them down there and I'll make sure to get back to you. New videos every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. I love you all. Goodbye.